Anthony Tan and Hui Ling Tan created Grab in 2012. While completing his master degrees at Harvard Business School, Anthony had the notion to start a ride-hailing business. The My Taxi app was later released in Malaysia after collaborating with Hui Ling Tan and receiving $25,000 grant from Harvard Business School. The two headquarters where Grab is based are in Queenstown, Singapore and Selangor, Malaysia. The business maintains offices in each of its 8 Southeast Asian regions. Approximately 32,000 people work for the organization as drivers and corporate office staff. In 2013, Grab Taxi, formerly known as My Taxi, began to expand to additional nations in the area, including the Philippines, Singapore, and Thailand. A year later, Grab Taxi began operating in Vietnam and Indonesia, in addition to introducing GrabCar, a personal transportation service. Grab Bike was introduced in 2015 in Vietnam and Indonesia, and GrabCar Plus, later renamed GrabCar Premium, was introduced in the Philippines. Riders of Grab Bike have the choice of selecting motorcycles or motorbike as a chosen mode of transportation, while GrabCar Plus allows the passengers to travel in more upscale or luxurious automobiles. The business changed its name to Grab in 2016 to reflect the addition of its vehicle and document delivery services. The business unveiled a feature allowing drivers and riders to communicate with one another within the app that same year. Grab created GrabFood and made an investment in digital payment. The business increased GrabMart and Grab Assistant on-demand concierge during the 2020 coronavirus outbreak and contributed $40 million in relief efforts to all its Southeast Asian sites. Grab Holdings reported a revenue rise of 70% in 2020, a particularly impressive rate of growth was shown by the company in the third quarter of 2020, when group revenue soared by 95% to pre-COVID levels and 50% of its revenue came from its food segment, including GrabFood, which saw revenue nearly triple based on year-on-year numbers. Booking a ride with the Grab app is simple as pinning both your present location and destination you want to be dropped off at. The GPS function of the app enables drivers to discover routes with less traffic jams and barriers on the road, which speed up the transportation of passengers. With the aid of Grab driver tracking further safety and security issues that have plagued cabs for decades have also been significantly decreased. Once a reservation is made, Grab keeps track of the entire trip and logs the contact information for the driver and passenger. Next, users may essentially consolidate all of their transactions into one process using the Grab ecosystem. Users can use GrabPay to settle payments for other services as well as bookings. Users can even do multiple transactions at once, such as utilizing GrabMart to buy groceries while also reserving a car or motorcycle taxi. Users can make cashless payment for Grab services using the company's mobile wallet function, in particular GrabPay. By connecting the debit or credit card to the app, users can quickly top up their GrabPay wallets.
Recently, it was reported that the cost of using Grab, which is one of the ride-hailing services, jumped by up to 400% during rush hours. This infuriated customers who demanded government's action. The Transport Ministry asked certain ride-hailing businesses to provide an explanation and clarification of the purported fee hike earlier this week. The government said yesterday that ride-hailing companies had noted that the reason for the rate hike was due to a shortage of drivers as well as large increase in demand for such services as a result of the relaxation of regulation. According to Ministry, ride-hailing operators and providers are allowed to set their own pricing structure based on their own formulas and terms of service with their customer in the free market, and the government neither regulates fares nor has any plans to do so.
In addition to the current discussion, Grab Malaysia has released a comment on the subject. The firm has been explicit in its statement that it has not altered its fare structure. It said that due to traffic congestion in the area, the cost of both time and fuel to provide each trip has increased. As a result, it uses a dynamic pricing mechanism to make sure that both its customers and drivers are paid appropriately for their time and effort. It added that prices will spike or increase to entice more drivers to travel to where the passengers are when there are more individuals requesting a journey than there are drivers available in a certain region. It further stated that fewer drivers were available to accommodate the significant rise in demand, which is how the firm describes the price changes. According to Grab, as of mid-May, there were still fewer than 70% as many drivers using its platform as there had been before the pre-pandemic. The firm said that the problem is being increased by entry obstacles for new drivers. It described how new drivers must adhere to a number of legal requirements, including completing 6 hours of training, passing tests at driving schools, having their vehicles inspected, buying insurance, and compiling and submitting paperwork to various government departments for processing. It claimed that this imposes a structural cap on the rate at which new drivers may join the team.
As for solutions and recommendations, Grab used the flowchart method to diagram solutions to its pricing-related difficulties. A flowchart is a diagram that shows a process individual step in the proper order. A flowchart also might comprise a sequence of events, items of services entering or leaving the process, decisions that must be made, participants, the amount of time required at each stage, and process measures. A diagramming technique for issue solving that maps out each stage of a process to help identify why a problem is occurring is known as a diagramming flowchart. In order to address the short-term supply and demand imbalance, the company said that it has increased the number of its drivers. A bonus up to Rm 1,000 will be given to any Malaysians who joins Grab as a new driver. Meanwhile, the existing drivers will receive a referral bonus of up to Rm 300 in exchange for bringing in new drivers. The company plans to help drivers overcome this cost by subsidizing up to 100% of their overall regulatory compliance expenditure. Furthermore, Grab recommended its users to plan or book their journey earlier than usual, as well as set an alert using the fare alert notification feature in the Grab apps to be notified if the fare reduces within 15 minutes.
One of the Southeast Asia's most prosperous ride-hailing businesses is Grab. Grab is constantly looking for ways to enhance and broaden its offering in order to better serve and satisfy customers. Since its inception, Grab has expanded significantly, moving beyond just offering ride-hailing services to include food delivery, package delivery, grocery shopping, and much more. Grab constantly pays attention to the problems that Southeast Asians have and develops solutions for them. Grab is a business that offers opportunities to employed individuals who are having financial difficulties. For instance, those who are employed can temporarily work for Grab to get money to support themselves. Another business that emphasizes the value of teamwork in the workplace is Grab. Grab will keep expanding its client and maintaining its position as the top ride-hailing app. When challenge arose for Grab, they refused to give up. Instead, they reframed. Additionally, they are frequently able to enhance their service as a result of improvements made to address issues. In less than 10 years, Grab has surpassed well-known competitors like Uber to become Southeast Asia's top ride-hailing app. Even if their path to success might not have been smooth, they have achieved remarkable success thanks to their commitment to adaptation and use of customer data to anticipate requirements. In a nutshell, the objective is to raise the caliber of the app's service to partners as well as consumers, which will enhance the entire brand experience.